Hello everyone, this is Marissa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little review that's like a little bit different to do. So I am reviewing the Bad Habit Retro Love Palette. That is the dupe of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Ren. So instead of buying the Bad Habit dupe, like the direct dupe of the Modern Ren, I figured I'd get the Subculture because I know a lot of people had issues with it. I would still want to try it. They did come out with Prism, which is, I guess, trying to be like the bounce back from the Subculture. But I'm going to compare like the quality and swatches of the actual. I do have the ABH Modern Ren, which was a gift from my very dear friend Jordan. So I don't want to have two identical palettes of varying quality, so I figured I'd get the Subculture dupe and just compare it to the quality of the Modern Ren. I got this in June, and you can see how much I use it. I do have some swatch comparisons to do, which I'll do like a voiceover of. But quickly, I just wanted to talk about the Bad Habit Retro Love before we jump into the swatches and everything. So I purchased this on the shophush.com app, which if you're not familiar, I originally saw this advertised on my Trop Gothical Instagram. Never heard of Bad Habit Beauty or hush.com or anything like that before. I saw it advertised, I was like, oh, maybe it was like a Wednesday. I was like, oh, I'll wait till Friday until I get paid. Should not have done that. Terrible mistake. Sold out. I got the restock on the Shop Hush app, which they have all these different companies that do like dupes of high-end palettes. And like, I'm not the biggest fan of like having like knockoff makeup and stuff, but I prefer this. Like, this is a dupe palette. It's like, you know, lesser quality than like the ABH. This is a $42 palette. This is a $10 palette. I'd rather have a dupe than have like fake makeup. Like, I know a lot of people buy like knockoff MAC or ABH or even Lime Crime off of eBay and Amazon. I would much rather have the dupe than the knockoff, if that makes sense. Like, this is a dupe. Though all of the colors, they have different names, they change the order from the Subculture. I think this is like a safer route to go because those knockoff makeups, you never know what's in them. I'm just saying. Bad Habit Beauty just came out with the Inferno palette, which is supposed to be like a dupe of the Naked Heat. When they sell out, they do the restocks. Normally on the Shop Hush app. And when you sign up for the app, you get a free gift. And I got a Tony Moly I'm Real sheet mask, and I've actually been saving this mask for this moment right now so I could tell you about it. So I am excited to use this because I have been really into sheet masks. So Bad Habit Beauty. Mattes do need quite a bit of buildup, which this is mostly matte. There's only 3 shimmer shadows. I really like this palette. I'm really glad that they targeted me with the ads on Instagram and I found this. I think for $10, this is a really good eyeshadow palette. Like, I think this is maybe even, dare I say, a little bit better quality than my NYX Air palette, which was originally $29.99 for a drugstore palette, and this was $10. So the mattes need build-up, but the shimmers are amazing. The Modern Ren, super buttery. I know this is like everyone's holy grail palette, so I don't feel like I need to talk about like how amazing it is, but I do find that this palette is like a lot more wearable. I keep talking about work makeup, and I will do a video like more in depth on how I do my makeup to go to work and how I do makeup just for fun. The thing I like about the Modern Ren too is you have like a good base eyeshadow. Like, I prep my eyes always with Urban Decay Primer Potion, and then I'll start with the Tempera. So the Modern Renaissance swatches super well, and I'm sure everyone has seen these shadows thousands of times before, but you can see how well they swatch. The mattes don't need that much buildup. It's just an overall very wearable, great palette. The Retro Love, on the other hand, the mattes are a little chalky, the shimmers are great. It does need a lot of buildup.
So here I just want to showcase how well the shimmers swatch the three in this palette, and then I also wanted to swatch some mattes just to compare. I see Flower Power swatches nicely, but the darks are a little bit patchy, but that's to be expected with a palette of this quality. And then you can just see how buttery the shimmer shadows in the shadows in the Modern Renaissance are. And again, for both palettes, I am doing the shimmer shadows horizontally and the mattes vertically just to compare. And that Love Letter swatch was kind of bad. I had to go over it. That wasn't the palette, that was more so me, because we're living and we're learning.
A couple days later from the initial filming, a ton of crazy things happened that day, so I've had to postpone finishing this video until right now. But I'm back with the Bad Habit Retro Love palette, comparing it to the Modern Renaissance. And I just kind of want to show off the versatility of this palette, whether you have this one or if you actually have like the subculture. I've kind of referenced like wearing like this goes in my work makeup pile or my fun makeup pile, which I think I'm going to do a dedicated video on. Even though this is like a super fun palette, I just want to show, like today I am wearing Peace all over the lid, Flower Power in my crease, and then we have Psychedelic in my inner corner, and then we just have a cat eye, and I'm wearing this blush lip gloss from La Ritzy Cosmetics that's upside down. The high gloss that I received in a Lip Monthly bag, which, you know, like, I'm not super into lip glosses, but I think this is, like, a nice kind of, like, subtle, not too crazy look to wear to the office, or I just wear these two as just, like, inner corner highlights, like, all the time, even if I use my ABH palette or my chocolate bar. I think these are, like, really fun kind of things to do with, like, I usually wear a brown smoky eye, like a subtle smoky eye, so I find like these two colors are like super cute for that. The first look, which I loved, this is my office chic look, and then I'm gonna do another kind of really fun look. I have to say, like, these four shadows over here, Psychedelic, Icon, Peace, and Flower Power, are probably my favorites. I'm also really digging Pop, Revolution, Nostalgia, and of course I love yellows. I don't know what it is about yellow eyeshadow. I'm just in love with it. Give me all the yellow eyeshadows in the world, please and thank you. That actually might be my favorite this month, is just yellow eyeshadow as a whole. And we have look number 3. I went for something like super dark and vampy. I'm actually super happy with how this came out, and like don't mind over here I have like a little dry patch of skin, and like all the product just kind of caught up in it, and like I don't know what to do, so just don't mind that little problem area. But I am super happy with how this came out. I'll quickly walk you through the shadows in this look, so if you want to create it. So I just, you know, like primed my lid, and I used base shadow, which is the one thing I don't have any like good kind of like base starting out. This does have like a ton of transition colors, which I'm happy about, but I always like to do a base color. Pinky, this one up here, because it's white as a ghost like me, from the Urban Decay Smoked palette. So for this particular look, so this is going to be look number 3 of our little like play, test out the versatility. So we're going to say this is like our night out look. I did Pop in the crease, followed by Youth to darken it up, and then we did Rock and Roll. We did Rock and Roll all over the lid, and then I smudged Nostalgia underneath again. I'm really loving how that looks. And then I lined with Revolution. This little, this is an e.l.f. small smudge brush. I got this in like an e.l.f. kit. I'm sure this is only like $1 or $2. I did it with the e.l.f. Mist and Set Makeup, which I find is really great for foiling eyeshadows because Fix Plus is way out of your girl's budget. I thought it was going to be a total bust, to be honest, and this segment of the video would be like, you know what, this look didn't work out, you know, but that's why we try makeup. But I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I am wearing ColourPop and My Little Pony collab Moon Dancer on my lips. I cannot put into words how jazzed I am about this look. And I did even do an inner corner highlight. Let's look at this side and not my dry skin. That caught all the product. And this time I did use Scotch tape to just like make it a nice line. Even though I didn't do like a cat eye. Thank you so much for watching this Bad Habit versus Anastasia Beverly Hills video, and that's just part one. We're going to do another one, go head to head with the Lime Crime Venus 1 palette, which my sister got me a few years ago for Christmas, and I absolutely love this palette. This was like the second high-end palette I ever owned. I have the Okalon 8-color matte eyeshadow. This is like supposed to be the Venus 2. So obviously Lime Crime wins every time, but we will be doing the same format as this one, comparing the formulas. Again, because I don't want two palettes of varying quality. To me that doesn't make any sense because I don't have that much room, and that's just like not what I need in my life. Have a great day, and I will see you sometime soon.